workshop on spiritual mind treatment. So those of you who are wanting to put prayer into practice in a greater way in your life, you want to come on Saturday the 2nd and come and learn more about how to use the meditation and experiential exercises with prayer. And this may be one of your last opportunities to do so, because as you may know, Reverend Economo is moving up to Temecula. So we don't have her here with us for much longer. She's going to be moving into another space, so we're very happy with her about that. Also, on Friday the 1st at 6:30, we've got a special needs nexus, which is surviving the holidays, and it's going to be in the family room. And there's going to be a renowned author, Chantal Sickle-Kira, if I'm destroying the name, hopefully not. But there's no charge, and you can bring a snack to share, and Kathy Harada can give you more information about that. Also, I wanted to mention, on November 8th, our Youth and Family Ministry Teen Stayover, is going to be here at Seaside at 5 o'clock. On November the 10th, the Rhythms of Gratitude Drum Circle will be here at 1 o'clock. Continuing on, let's mention that we have our Spiritual Mind Treatment Workshop I mentioned already. Coping with grief at the holidays. There's a flyer in there that will mention about this, and there's a lot of people who may need, and I know I went through this because I lost my mother about a year ago, and it's very tough sometimes, and you need to reach out and know that you're loved and know that you can get some support as you're working through times that may be difficult in your life, where you can feel the love and you can know that you're in the right space at the right time, and so that's an opportunity for you as well. I'm going to call Miss Candace to come up, please, because she's going to talk to us about the Holiday Baskets Music Festival. Please welcome Candace.
I have to move this. Good morning, Seaside, to one of the most generous congregations I've ever known. I am the coordinator with Community Resource Center for Seaside, and we set the firm intention of delivering a minimum of 1 ton of food to CRC this year by December 1st. We have gotten a couple 100 pounds recently. We need more. We need a minimum of 500 pounds more to meet our goal. So please bring food, a couple items each week, makes a huge difference. And next Sunday at 3 o'clock, there's going to be a benefit concert here for CRC with a group called Through the Storm, which is a North County-based spiritual and gospel choir that is very good. It's going to be a fun event. The cost is $10 and 1 non-perishable food item. Trust I'll see you here. Have a good day. Thank you.
Okay, just a few more things I'd like to mention. Calling all Seaside Creative Souls. On Sunday, November 24th from 12:30 to 3, you'll have an opportunity to show your work or bring part of your craft that you do, and it's going to be the Harvest Festival. So this is going to be an opportunity. I believe it's also a chili cook-off that's taking place. I think I saw a sign up for a chili cook-off that day. So be sure to take a note of that in your program. And also, if you see behind me, we're in the season and the theme of Gifts of the Heart. So if you have not yet picked up your flyer or your poster to put your heart on, you should have a heart that came in your program. Be sure to go in the family room and pick up your poster for Gifts of the Heart, because that'll be our theme. And there'll be colors that we're going to be following. And I didn't get the memo this morning, I admit. Okay, I don't have rose on, or if I do, I'm not going to tell you where it is. So... So just make sure. So just make sure you pick up your poster, take your hearts, and there's also another little gift that I think Reverend Christian will tell you about. And with that, I ask you to please get up and greet your neighbor this morning. Thank you for being here.
Please remain standing. It's time for our congregational song we get to sing together this morning. I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, 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 blessed. Okay, come on now. go. Right now. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day in my life, I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning and lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. I am joy. I am joy. Every day in my life, I am joy, 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 joy. When I wake up in the morning and lay my head to rest, I am joy. I am joy. I am Bob, right?
Well, I am love, I am love,
I am love.
I am love.
Every day in my life,
I am love, 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 love.
when I wake up in the morning and lay my head to rest, I am love. I am love.
I am blessed.
I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day in my life, I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning and lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed.
I am blessed, that is for sure. Hey, I got my couple things this week. How about you guys? We're getting close. 500 pounds less. We'll do it. Yeah. Well, good morning, Seaside. What a joy it is to be with you on this fabulous day where this room is filled with the wonderful color of rose or pink or the heart color. And anyway, inside your program, you find this week's heart, the punch out that goes on your poster. If you didn't get the poster last week, make sure you get it, because every time we see this wonderful turquoise, we're reminded of last week's lesson of casting forth out into the water, our intention. And this week I'm going to be talking about self-worth, so you put this on your poster at home, right wherever you'd like, actually. And every time you see rose, it's to remind you you're worth it. You are worthy, that's for sure. And I know that Seaside is blessed today and worthy of your presence. Your presence truly makes a difference. For Seaside is a spiritual nexus, inspiring us all to live our dreams and to live our divinity. So wherever you may be on your spiritual path, know that you are welcome here. Seaside is a kind, loving community, non-judgmental, welcomes you wherever you are. And we get in this thing called community together, practicing the spiritual principles and applying them to our life in real ways. And so to take us a little bit deeper into that heart space this morning is a wonderful master practitioner. That is Linda Light, who is actually wearing her rose right there. Very nice.
So just taking that big breath of release as we just go into the stillness for a little bit. And so it is from the heart that I know, see, sense, feel divine love. I know and recognize the one mind, one spirit, one universal essence, It is from my heart that I know God. I know that I am living, breathing on this planet right now, living a life that is full of love. I know that I am a divine expression of spirit. As I know this for myself, I know this for all. Just being in the heart, just knowing that this is the easy access of that God which is within, which is without, which is everywhere present. Present to this service today, present in these moment by moment as we listen to Dr. Reverend Christian's message, as we allow our spirits to be uplifted by the music and by the connection with those sitting next to us as well as those that are far away. And so in this heart of hearts, just feel the gratitude and the love. And so it is.
It's about you and I, sharing love the first time, feeling hearts beating rhymes, lifting joy in one mind. Letting go of the past, knowing love will last. In the truth we are blessed, giving you my very best, and forever joining part in forever from the start, and forever the stars will chart together, gifts of the heart, gifts of the heart, gifts of the heart.
Thank you, Reverend Fran. That was beautiful. And thank you to our master practitioner, Linda Light, for doing the meditation and invoking the essence of the Spirit so well for us this morning. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Catherine Economo, and it's my honor to welcome you here to Seaside Center for Spiritual Living this morning. Here at Seaside, we are a spiritual community. We're a spiritual family that comes together to journey in this adventure that we know as a spiritual life, and to know the truth of each other, and to just be together in this essence and this presence. I shared that with Dr. Christian this week that the first time I came to Seaside, so many years ago, in the welcome line, as he may have done for many of you, I said, I'm new, and he said, welcome home. And there's this essence and this feeling of surrender to that we are in the right place at the right time to feel something, and that's the presence of God that we are. And so I welcome you here this morning. And if you're with us for the first time, I want to say a special welcome to you. Thank you for joining us, and let you know that we have a welcome table in the back of the family room. Actually, I think it's right outside the door. And we encourage you to pick up a welcome packet. And in that, there's some information about who we are and what we believe and what's happening here at Seaside. And there's a gift certificate in there that you could get one of Dr. Christian's books in the bookstore. So I encourage you to pick that up and say hello to someone. We're friendly, loving people, and we would love to get to know you a little bit better. And so today we have the opportunity to get to know one of our dear members a little bit better. We have a wonderful board member here who's been part of the church for the last couple of years, and I called her a positive tornado before, a tornado of grace and love and light. And so I want to introduce Cindy Dietz to come and share a story with you.
Feels really good to call this home, right? I want to share my story about the healing power of prayer. Last March, my son had been sick for a few weeks, and I got a call from his girlfriend on a Sunday after service, and she was crying and said, "Cindy, Tommy's not getting any better, and I don't know what else to do." So I said, "Casey, I'll get in my car, I'll drive to Arizona, and we'll see what we can do." So I did that. I was driving to Arizona, and I got a call from Casey's mom, who said, "Cindy, Tommy went into seizures, and they rushed him to the hospital, and we don't know what's happening." So I called Bill, and Bill called Reverend Christian, and then I got out to the practitioners, and they raised me into this space, this loving space, where I could be there and know my truths and align with the truths of the power of prayer. So I just want to say thank you to all the practitioners out there with all my heart that you put me in that space. So I really have so much gratitude to all of you. So thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. And so let us come together in consciousness here and feel that power and feel that presence that is prayer in action, that is God. Moving into this inner realm together and feeling that essence at the center of the breath. Simply know that this is the love that is the truth of the divine. That presence that breathes itself into being as each of us, manifestations of the love of God. And it moves outward into our lives as love in action, as all that is. And so I know that there is only one. There is only this one essence, this one presence, this one life that is my life, that is a life of each of us. And we come together in this moment to know and to declare this truth, that life unfolds in grace and in love and in peace and in wholeness on every level and every way. And so I know that there is a perfection revealing itself in each experience. And so anyone who is holding anything on their hearts and their minds can surrender it to this space, to allow for the grace of God to reveal a new way and the manifestation of wholeness and of goodness and of opportunity and of light and of abundance and all of these gifts of God, which are the gifts of the heart, come into being easily and effortlessly. And most of all, with love, for it is simply the truth of all. And so blessing this day and this opportunity to know this truth, I give great thanks. Surrender my word, allowing it to be, and so it is. Amen.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you? You're looking good, y'all. Looking great. Rose looks good on you. All right, I can't wait to see what orange looks like. I get to see that, from up here. Hey, we have one of the most beloved artists of New Thought music and the respected congregations around the world. Margaret Owens is here with us this morning, and I forgot earlier to mention that she has CDs for sale, and I'm telling you, when I first heard Margaret Owens sing, I just went, we got to have her come to Seaside. So she's been coming, as long as I've been here, and I'm so grateful that she's back. And I was asking her to update her bio, what should I say? She said that she just manifested a grand piano. That nice? That's nice. And she's very excited to be musical director of Wednesday night centering service in Camarillo at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living with Reverend Grace Lovejoy, starting in November. Would you please put your hands together and welcome our beloved sister, Ms. Margaret Owens.
Let me be the hand to guide you. I am the gentle voice inside you, not the one that hounds or blames you, not the one that haunts and shames you. I will promise a brighter day. I will show you a lighter way, for you deserve to feel safe. To feel loved, and I do love you so. So go on and spread your wings and go and be who you've come here to be, and dream what you dare not to dream, and then shine, shine, shine like you're mine, 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 children of love. Seems that you forgot your worth, for you two were a holy birth. I don't need wise men to name it, or the angels to proclaim it. You are part of the grand design. You are blessed and you are mine, and you deserve to feel safe. Deserve to feel loved, and I do love you so. So go on and spread your wings and go and be who you've come here to be, and dream what you dare not to dream, and then shine, shine, shine like you're mine, 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 children of love. What beckons to you, miracles can happen through you. All these things and even greater when you're one with your Creator, and you deserve to feel safe, and you deserve to feel loved, and I do love you so. So go on. You dare not to dream, and then shine, shine, shine like you're mine, 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 children of love, children of love.
Hey, that is Margaret Owens. Children of love. My goodness, you're about the only woman I know who can wear tarantulas in your hair and have it look good. All right, nice job. Oh, fabulous. Congratulations on the new grand, and I always knew you were worthy. You know, it was wonderful being an example for us. Thank you for being here. Last time we gigged was in Washington this summer. Remember that? Yeah. Yes, yes. Hey, I had another present for you. I forgot to tell you, inside your Sunday program was a magnet that Seaside just wanted to gift you. You pop out the center, and you put a picture of your sweetheart in there. You know, your little hottie in your life. Just every time you look at that picture, you think, wow, what a gift in my life. So anyway, that's there for you. We're in the midst of this wonderful 6-week program where I'm sharing prosperity principles. It's about being in the flow. It's about the gifts of your heart, that which you have been given to share in life and in this world. And last week, I shared with you the how-to. It's like you cast down and it comes back. I just forgot to tell you the what. And that is really a sense of worthiness. So often people get caught up that I'm not worthy or I'm not entitled, or they buy into some life stories that are less than supportive, or bring up some of the old things, I'm not better than the worm in the dust. I don't know why anyone ever bought into that one, but that was big for a while. And so I'm just here to remind us that raising our worthiness quotient, raising our level of awareness that I truly am worthy because, I'm Spirit expressing. God's everything, then I am part of that everything. And so the truth of my being is Spirit. Spirit's worthy, so that means that I am worthy in my life. And when I come to know that, and what I want for you is to know that, because with that comes for you, is what I want for you, is a sense of the abundance, is the sense of freedom, is the sense of health and well-being, the ability to come and go as you choose in your life, where and when and how you choose to go, and not to be constricted by the fears or the lack or needing permission from, but rather that sense that I am worthy and I am entitled to move in the direction in which my heart moves me, because I'm a gift wherever I show up. So, I'm just giving you a heads up. It's the season for your good to show up. There is good knocking on the door. There is goodness that is abounding. There is home loans that are being approved right now. There are children being accepted into college. There are people getting that leading role. That leading role in that movie you've been wanting to do is yours right now. You have got to begin to embrace and accept that the right person at the right time is showing up for you in your world, that there's something powerful going on in this moment, that you are superseding the medical reports that are out there. You are just, the boundless is expressing as your very life, but you have to know that you are worthy to transcend the previous boundaries of your belief. And so I'm here today to push you beyond that level. I'm here today to let you know that you are worthy of what's going on in your heart. And the gift of your heart is what this world is waiting for. I'm waiting for it. And so you get to align your thinking. It is shifting your awareness and saying yes to that. Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science, he wrote this great affirmation in his book, The Science of Mind. And so for all you textbook-toting religious scientists, you'll find this great affirmation on 246. And if not, write it down so you can look at it at home, because it's worth repeating. He said, or wrote, that I see that the future is bright with promise. It beckons me forward into a complete realization of my own worth and my rightful place in the universe. All my tomorrows will be happy and filled with harmonious occupations, and I look to the future with great and pleasurable anticipation. How's that work for you? That's it. I see that the future is bright with potential and I am worth it. I want you to be able to say that to let's do that right now. Touch my heart. My future is bright with potential and I am worth it. Together. My future is bright with potential and I am worth it. One more time. My future is bright with potential and I am worth it. So what do you got growing in your life? You got any of those seeds that got planted that need to be uprooted and removed, that are not supporting the magnificence of who you are? Because you're the one who gets to shake off the garbage. You're the one who gets to shake off the disbelief, the discontent, the sense of not able, not worthy. You get to shake off the little goals, the little dreams, the little self. You shake those off and stop dragging them with you through life, because we are dragging through life the sense, oh boy, it's not going to work. It hasn't worked in the past. Oh, my back has been sore for 3 years. I'm never going to get that promotion. What are you dragging through life that does not support your worthiness? What is your story that needs to be uprooted so you can allow the magnificence of who you are to shine, and to give up those stories of woe is me and pain? I can't answer it for you. I'm just giving you some homework here, or assignments. Not work, it's assignments, just so you can be in that wonderful flow of spirit in your world. I like what Robert Fulcrum said. Say, if you've got a broken neck, if you have no food to eat, is your house on fire, then you got a problem. Everything else, that's inconvenience. What inconveniences are you dragging forward that you're making a reality for yourself that is not supporting the magnificence of who you are in this life, in this world, and the way in which you're walking? Where do you need to step forth in a greater kind of way and begin to claim the magnificence of who you are? What is it that you have been dragging that you need to just leave behind and begin to say a new story? Remember that old country song? Give them something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. Why don't you do something audacious in your life that people go, no, not you. I would never have imagined that. Give them something to talk about. I'll tell you, Seaside's always giving people something to talk about. Seaside is not a neutral entity out there in our community. They know that Seaside, they're talking about the music that rocks the house. They're talking about practitioners that are speaking the word. They're talking about Seaside is an audacious expression of spirit that if you want to celebrate life, come here. If you want it subdued and devotional, there's other places. But I'll tell you what, they're talking about Seaside as a place that healing is going on. I mean, we had, look at the program, 30 people signed up and became members of our community last week. Yes. I want you to give them something to talk about that is positive, empowering, and that is worthy of God in your life, not the little person that is, I don't know. Well, I know. What I know is God is looking for an outlet, and you have been chosen to be that. And I'm worthy to receive that. So you better start giving it now. We want it, because I'll tell you, people talk about, their pain and their fear, and they get misery. When you talk about your faith, you get ministry. Oh, that's good. I like that. Fear, misery, pain. I got it right the first time. Faith, ministry, pain, misery. There you go. Or make it up yourself. I do. You may have heard this story about this man who was going to jump off a bridge. And there happened to be an officer around at the time. And so he made his way to the potential jumper. And just methodically, slowly made his way over and got closer and closer to the guy. And when he got within a couple inches of him, he just sat. And he talked to him the whole way over. What's up? What's going on? And he sat down a few inches and said, why don't you tell me, what's going on in your world that is so horrible that you want to take your life? And the guy started in. He said that his wife had left him, that took everything that he had, that his business had gone bankrupt, all of his friends had deserted him, he has nothing left to live for. And he went on like this for 30 minutes. And then they both jumped. Misery loves company, What can I say? We have a way of pulling people into what we're dragging through life that is less than worthy, and people are willing to buy in and listen. And I got to tell you, I have done enough counseling in my day and classes in my day to know that when people start complaining about their relationship or their partner or their boss, they actually get happy. It's like they like complaining about what's going on. It's like they lighten up. A smile comes on their face. Finally, somebody is listening to me, how much pain I am experiencing in my life, and what are they casting out into the waters but the pain and the misery. And I'm here to remind us that we get to choose as to what we're sending out in life that will be coming back to us in our experience in this world. What is it that you're putting out there is what comes back. That is the way it works. And so as you begin to move through life, you begin to reflect, and as you move further along, you can begin to make decisions and hone in on that character expression of your being. Jack Nicholson, he was being interviewed, and he was asked, do you think age has improved your character? He said, definitely, age has improved my character. There is no doubt about it, because there's just things I can't do anymore. So you're going to get there one way or the other in your life, but you get to decide, how is it I'm going to get there? Am I going to be that place in which Spirit is expressing and revealing a vision? I'm willing to drop my small self and know that I am worthy to be a grander expression of life, that I have been entrusted to be that conduit? Or am I going to buy into the woe is me? You can have either one. Spirit's going to show up in this world. There's this wonderful new word called Meleism, and it is William James made it famous, but it is the belief that the humans are here to help bring the betterment to the planet. I'm a Meleist now. Count me in. It's a funny word, but I like it since I never heard it before. But the human species is here to bring a betterment to this planet, to improve this planet, and that is what we are here to do. And when we come to know that we are worthy, that we are entitled, and that we are capable, and everything that is necessary to make that happen in our life is provided for us, and what we have got to do is say yes and step in that with a sense of assurance and confidence, and don't have to make a big show about it, unless that's who you are. And then you do. But I like what Desmond Tutu, one of the truly greats of our time, He said that my father always said, don't raise your voice, improve your argument. Because good sense doesn't always come from the loudest. Good sense doesn't always come from the loudest or the loudest shouter. You raise your consciousness. And what begins to happen is there is a matching that is going on. You're sharing the gifts of your heart. You're casting it out there, and what you're casting is coming from a high place, a God place, a different kind of frequency or vibration of being that is attracting and repelling that which it takes to match that. You know, Greg Bear, from his book, Real Love, he talks about if you believe in an unloving, harsh world, you will find the evidence to support that. But if you believe in a loving world, you're then open to the possibilities to support that. Ernest Holmes, he writes a whole chapter on mental equivalent, that the world is an outpicturing of what goes on inside first. So you're the one who gets to choose that. Abraham Lincoln said, it is difficult to make a man miserable when they know their self-worth, and they're in kindred with the great Spirit of God that created them. Got that? It's difficult to make a person miserable when they know their self-worth, and they're in kindred relationship with the great God that created them. That's like you can't knock a person off. You ever tried to manipulate somebody so they would feel guilty and it didn't work? Man, that's rough. You know, that's why we don't use guilt anymore here on Sundays. You guys are all beyond that level. You've learned that lesson well. Yeah, that's worth applauding for sure. But as we journey through life and you can't fall back upon the old patterns of the manipulation or dragging or here's my story, I don't deny that there's sometimes difficulties in life. See, one of the things, challenges, and you thought as we run around, everything's wonderful. Yeah, well, that's true on a spiritual level. But if you're having difficulties in your life, you're having difficulties in your life. And I'll tell you, when it happens to me, one of the things that I'll do, along with praying always, and talking to a spiritual practitioner, but one of the things I do is I'll drive up to our Seaside. As I drive on to our wonderful campus here, I am just reminded of the miracle of Seaside. I drive here, and I can remember the day we did a parade from downtown Encinitas up here with drums moving our heartbeat. I'm reminded of the miracle of Seaside. I'm reminded of the miracle of how we bought this place with no money down from the courtroom. But, you know, not even a decade ago do I need to go to miracles. I'm just thinking last year at this time, if you remember what we were going through, we had our backs up against the wall. We needed about $2.5 or more million because the balloon was coming due on the mortgage here and the place wasn't appraising right and what we were going to do. And by the grace of God, an answer beyond what had known showed up with being able to do the bonds, and all of us somehow generated the funds that were necessary to purchase the bonds, so we never have to worry about a balloon coming again and demanding to pay off a loan. The miracle of manifestation is right here, and we're sitting in it now. And so if there's a difficulty in your life, you don't even have to drive up to Seaside. You just need to remember the good that is going on, the story that Cindy shared. She forgot to tell you, and her son was well. You know, that was an important piece there, you know. I mean, those are the things that happen when our spiritual practitioners tap into that divine vibration of truth. There is something that is going on. And yes, as we move forward in this positive way in life, in the sense of worthiness in life, we're going to come up with resistance. You know, if it was easy, it would have been done by now. But when you move forward in life, there may be resistance, and you can stop, or you can use it to unleash this primordial power of your being. There's something that is in your soul that is seeking to express itself and move through whatever is before you. You are at a place of choice, and when you are up against the wall, you are compelled to make that decision. It's not like you maybe should. You are compelled. And this is what happens as we journey through life. We come up against those moments of resistance or constraint or difficulty, and it says it is time to decide. And yes, there are emotions that come up. By all means, they stir inside of me. But there's something that lies at the heart of my being and all my prayers that God's highest and best is prevailing here. I will speak the truth from my highest level of perception, but I know underlying all of my prayers that comes from the heart of my being is that God's highest and best good is working here. And if it needs to be something different than what I'm thinking, which oftentimes it is, I trust that manifestation. And so when there is that difficulty that is going on, I can say, yes, there is fear here, but you know what? there's also greatness here. There is God here. There's the divine presence that is seeking to express itself in a way that is going to transform the world in which I'm walking in, which is a reflection of my consciousness because of what I cast out upon the waters is coming back. And when it's coming from a high place of worthiness as opposed of loathing and disrespectfulness, what shows up in my world is magical, is wonderful. It is God made manifest. And so I come to realize that it's not my strength that moves it forward. I trust in the strength of God. Makes it a lot easier. If it's dependent on me, anxiety and worry are appropriate experiences because I know where the edge of my limits are. You know, I trust in the strength of God. And when things go on, there's something greater. And last spring, I came outside. We'd been watching these birds build their nest above our garage. We got these trumpet vines. Fell on the ground. And when I picked up this bird nest, I was going to put it back, save this guy. And there he was, or her, building another nest. It was like, it was no big deal, I don't think. I mean, it wasn't complaining to me about having lost its nest. It was just building another nest, like right away. It didn't let mope and grow. We've got these birds that show up every spring, and they build these mud nests inside our waterfall cave that's in our pool. And they make a mess with their mud and their poop and everything else they throw out into the water. You can't clean it because it's inside the cave. And so every June I go out and I pop off those mud nests. Would you not know that every spring they're back there building that nest again? They don't get the message that I am trying to tell them, that they are not welcome in my cave. And last year, just show me they built 2 of them. There's something that just knows that they can keep going, that they're worthy, that they're entitled. And so in our life, what happens is that we get to decide, where is that demarcation in my world? Am I going to recognize that I'm going to just try to get by in life, that I'm going to just try to survive? I want you to recognize that if that's the idea, I just want to make it through here, make ends meet, and pay the bills, that is self-limiting and that is small. I mean, it's okay, but you are created to do so much more than that. I'm not going to make a superstar out of my small self. I'm not going to lift it up and say, okay, I'm just going to survive, yeah. You got to know in those times of challenge that you're safe, that you're loved. And this never changes, even when everything changes. But you're the one who's got to know the roots of your being and the truth of who you are. The decision always comes back to you. No one else. You. I like it when they say how wonderful I am. No. That's speaking from self, sorry. It comes back to you knowing that you are worthy to experience the abundance, the richness, those boundless opportunities, those promotions, the richness, the support of the ideas, the fulfillment, the success that comes in a life that is connected. And that's the key, is being connected. I've got this painting or poster or frame that's shown up in one of my rooms for the last 25 or 30 years. It never gets tucked away. And now there's all sorts of different images of it and greeting cards. But it's of this young Native American who is paddling solo, early morning mist rising up through the woods, out of this small river into this grand lake. And it's just a sense of solitude, and flying above him is a hawk. And in the clouds is the image of one of the elders, or grandfather sky. And it's just, I get with that a sense of connectedness, that it's in the silence there comes a strength, there comes an assurance that whatever may come in life, I have what is necessary to move forward with this. That's the work that is done inside, that knows that I am worthy not to be defeated. I am worthy not only to not be defeated, but to bring forth the gift, for God's favor is upon me. I'm a mission from God, is what the Blues Brothers say. There's this Taoist philosopher by the name of Sun Tzu, who said that the victorious warrior wins first and then goes to battle. The defeated warrior goes to battle to seek a win. It happens inside first. So whatever is thrown your way, you have what it takes. You're worth it. This idea that has been given to you is supported. I can remember when I started the church in Hawaii. I went over there at the beginning of August. Didn't know a soul. Didn't know a person. I loved Hawaii. I'm starting church. And that's all I knew. So I put in the paper. That's when print advertising worked. I put in the paper, coming to the Windward Side in 4 weeks. New center, a new church of religious science, 3 weeks out. Few weeks, the new spiritual center, Windward Side. And finally, the day came. Today is the day that the new center opens. So the 1st of September, I drive up. The service is at 10. I drive up hours early. I'm excited. My car is filled up with all the sound equipment that I had purchased. It was ridiculous. I bought big speakers instead of little. It was real crazy. But I was, excited. And I drive up early, and I wait for somebody to open the door, and there's nobody around to open the door. And I know I talked to the principal. Now it's 9 o'clock, and I don't have the principal's phone number. I didn't think of that. She said she'd open that. That'd be good. And now it's 9:30, and people are coming, and I'd sent out all these like wedding invitations about this new spiritual center to all the addresses on the Science of Mind magazine. Now it's 9:45, and people are lining up, and there is like no one in sight to open this door. And it's like, and I'm shaking on the door. Come on, let's open. And it wouldn't open. And so finally, it's a little before 10. Everybody's there. I just pulled them around and said, let's pray to open these doors. That's exactly what they did. They laughed at me like that. Oh, he held hands. What else you do? And we all prayed. And when I was done, I went over to the door, took the handle, and I shook it. I shook it again. And it didn't open. And now everybody's looking at me. Okay, good prayers you got there, Christian. But honest to goodness, at that moment, into the driveway drives an off-duty custodian who was just driving by, thought he would look on the campus and saw us there, thought it would be a thing to do, and he came over, he opened the door, we loaded up the place, and the walls moved out, so the whole side was open to the wonderful lush gardens and things. It was a beautiful spot in the wind. We started, it was only 15 minutes late, and when I got up, and I had a kahuna there to bless the first day of the new community. And I got up and I said, Hawaiian time. I just have to get used to the Hawaiian time. And when the kahuna stood up, he said, Brother Sorensen, I need to chastise you a little bit, making fun of Hawaiian time. I want you to realize this is God's time. If I can trust that the highest and best is going to show up no matter what is going on, if I'm willing to risk it all because I know Spirit is there and willing to fail. Failure isn't a bad thing. They say there's many fingerprints to success of failure on the road, or there's a lot of, you get that one, right? There's a lot of fingerprints of failure on the road to success. Just because it didn't work out doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means it didn't work out. No one who's ever done anything hasn't gotten there. Well, I'm getting this all twisted around. I'll tell you what, I got this poem, not poem, but writing on risk. And it's from the famous author Anonymous. And it talks about risking. And it says, to laugh is to risk appearing the fool. To weep is to appear sentimental. To reach out for another is to risk involvement. To expose feeling is to risk exposing your true self. To place your ideas, your dreams before a crowd is to risk their loss. To love is to risk not being loved in return. To live is to risk dying. To hope is to risk despair. To try is to risk failure. Really, what are you willing to risk in your life? Are you willing to go for it? What's the saying? You've got to go out on the limb because that's where the fruit is. There's too many people hugging the trunk and not risking, not willing to fail. If there's a failure or a difficulty, it comes down to your decision what I'm going to do with this. But you've got to be willing to put it out there. You've got to be willing to ask. James says, he has not because he asked not. Isaiah said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me to announce this day the profound and profusion of God's favor. The Spirit of God is upon me to announce this day the profound profusion of God's favor is here now. But you've got to be willing to step into that. You've got to know the truth because the truth is what makes you free. We know the truth, and that's what makes us free. But the challenge is most people just hoping the truth will do it. Right? Yeah, that's one of you got it. Okay, let me explain it a little clearer. Now, we think that the truth is going to make us free. But it's knowing the truth, which is why we do classes, why we do our spiritual work. It's why we meditate. So we move it into that deep cellular level, into that soul level, so we can absolutely know the truth, that God comes first, that Spirit comes first always, that just like that Native American who was connecting with Spirit in the silence was the medicine of his being, the wholeness of his being. What we must come to know, God comes first in our givingness, in our sharing, in our circulation. What comes from our heart is an expression and honoring the God presence in our life. We must put Spirit first in all things, and then you will move through those difficulties. You will be able to speak your prayer that the highest and best is what is taking place here. God's highest and best. But I must know God first in my actions, in my activities, in my love, in my expression. And when I am faced with one of those resistant moments and my back is up against the wall and I am put into that place of making a decision, what I will know is that God comes first, not the difficulty and not the challenge, because I am worthy to be that conduit of the divine expression for this world to know. And so what I know for all of you is that abounding good that is seeking expression is your very life, is finding free access into this world. That you are worthy to bring forth everything that's been placed in your heart, because the gifts of your heart is what I'm waiting for. And bring it on, because I'm waiting. I love you. God bless us as we do this. Hey, let's keep it going as we bring back Margaret Owens. Tarantulas and all.
I paused in the light of morning to let you shine on me a while. I could feel your power upon me and the sweet warmth of your rays, they made me smile. And all the blades of the grass stood shimmering as if they understood. To be effortlessly bathed in your blessings is very, very good. And so it is, and so it shall be. We don't have to justify any more than the lilies of the field or the bird in flight has to bloom or has to fly. They do it 'cause they're called. It's what they've come here to be. And the moment you serve your own heart is the moment you are free. How strange that we toil and labor in guilt and blame and compromise, driven by the voice of doubt which drowns out what the inner truth belies. If we could just breathe and feel and listen to the lover's constant beat. God's the host of this great banquet and has invited us to eat. And so it is, and so it shall be. We don't have to justify any more than the lilies of the field or the bird in flight has to bloom or has to fly. They do it 'cause they're called to. They do it 'cause it's what they've come here to be. And the moment you serve your own heart is the moment you are free. There is enough, and there is time. There is no need here to navigate the river of well-being. And so it is, and so it shall be. We don't have to justify any more than the lilies of the field or the bird in flight has to bloom or has to fly. They do it 'cause they're called to. They do it 'cause it's what they've come here to be. And the moment you serve your own heart is the moment you are free.
Margaret Owens. Beautiful. Woo. Great song and message for sure. Hey, this is the time of our service where we have an opportunity to unite together in our givingness, in our love, and to make our financial contribution in support of the activity of spirit that's showing up within our life. And as we give, it comes back to us. It's not why we give, but rather we become that activity of spirit within our life. We get to express what it is we truly know. And what happens is our life reflects that. That's the bread that we have cast upon the waters. And so you cannot outgive God, though I suggest trying it. This would be a good moment for sure. You'll find it sweeter than all the chocolate we gave you coming in. I can assure you that. But with that, I'd like to invite our ushers to come forward at this time and say thank you to this wonderful crew. Thank you to those that mail in your contributions when you cannot be here on a Sunday. It is greatly appreciated. And a lot of thanks to those that remember us with the auto tide, that regular systematic support from your world into Seaside's, because what we have are regular financial obligations, and so that regular support from your experience into ours is a tremendous blessing and level of comfort. But I offer this prayer of gratitude with the most generous of spiritual communities, knowing that truly this is a blessed moment where that affluent flow of spirit has its way. For each of us, I know in this moment is saying yes as we open up that wonderful the channel through which that infinite reservoir can pour forth blessings, that each of us becomes that place of the divine abundant expression of life, and that the blessings of God has its way and enriches our individual experience as we walk through this world. And I know that which has blessed and enriched our individual life, in this moment we're taking it and sending it forth into the world, knowing it continues to bring good to all those with whom it comes in contact. And so with a sense of appreciation for the awareness of the abundant flow of life itself, I say thank you. And it's with this sense of appreciation I let go. Allow Spirit to continue to have its way as my life now. So it is. Together, let's say this affirmation of abundance, which is, Spirit continues to bless my world. Gratefully, I live as the giving expression of Spirit, opening the floodgates of the affluent flow of greater good as my life now.
I was walking in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. When my monster from the slab did arise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
They did the mash,
he did the monster
the
mash.
monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
did the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
they did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came, the humble abodes, to get a jolt from my electrode. They did the monster mash.
Monster mash,
It was a graveyard smash.
they did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
Monster mash,
They did the monster mash. The practitioners were having fun. The party had just begun. Reverend Christian was there, Tammy and Christina too. I even saw Catherine Economou.
did the mash. The monster mash,
It was a graveyard
they
smash.
did the mash.
He caught on in a flash.
The Monster Mash.
They did the Monster Mash. Now everything's cool, Drax part of the band.
The Monster Mash.
The Monster Mash is the hit of the land.
With the mash.
For you the living, the mash was meant to.
Monster Mash.
When you get to my ball, tell them Border sent you. And you can mash Monster Mash. Oh, we caught on in this match.
They did the
Can I
mash.
mash too, please, master? Please. They did the mash.
They did the mash.
Tom Bishop doing our traditional.
Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Glenn.
It's been a pleasure.
Well, as I stand in this wonderful expression of love and applause in this ever-expanding sea of God's good, I know right now that these financial contributions come from the wellspring of even greater good. For truly that blessing of God is moving up through this vortex of time and space through each and every one of us. And this blessing right here continues to multiply, for it comes from a place of love. It is given without strings, and it is received with joy and taken care of in good stewardship and sent forth back into action. Grateful to be called by God to participate in this wonderful, abundant expression of life. We go forward as a united spiritual community, continuing to do that vision that has been trusted to us because we're worthy. And so it is. Amen. All right. Hey, that's Bill Siemens, your board treasurer. Hey, big news today, 4 o'clock, right here, Reverend Laurie is being ordained, so plan to be here. Monumental day in the life of a minister for sure. Band, you guys are fabulous. You know, we just love you. Venturing through the fog from way up north, the Margaret Owens. Thank you. And your hubby, Eric, who joined you here today. Reverend Fran, bless you for your wonderful gifts. Reverend Catherine, it's a joy to share Sundays with you. Not many left for us, but we love it that you're here. Giving us Sunday is Matthew. Giving us the visuals is Marv. And know that there's CDs available right after the service, or you could watch it online. We got Timothy live streaming this for the world. More and more people are watching it live every week, and more turning into the podcast. So check that out if you would like. There's a lot going on at Seaside. I mean, next weekend's like a triple header. Friday night, we have our Special Needs Nexus presenting just the holidays for those with special needs and just ways to be appropriate in that. So you can see about that afterwards. Saturday, Reverend Catherine's doing a Saturday workshop on treatment, on how to pray with just a sense of a confidence knowing that your spirit expressing. Sunday is the wonderful concert that Candace is bringing us to support the Community Resource Center. So they have the resources to take care of 1,500 families at the fairgrounds this year. That's where our gifts are going, to make a difference to those that would not be able to experience a lot of what we're helping to provide. So, and just a heads up, next Sunday is orange. Not my best color, but I'll find something. I'll ask Callie, and she'll fill me in. But also, set your clock back. You get an extra hour's sleep. If you don't, you get here early, and I like that because you can help us set up, and I appreciate any volunteers we can get. But I just want you to know life is gifting you an extra hour of rest, so enjoy that. But what I want to do right now is pray. Healing's been the thrust of our movement since the conception. And what we do on the last Sunday of the month is our prayer wall. So I want to invite any of our religious science practitioners that are in the house to come forward, because what will happen here is a prayer followed by our traditional singing ourselves out of here. And then these individuals are available to you after, just to come up for a prayer. We do this once a month. They will give you telescopic brevity in their prayer. You tell them what's going on, and you will hear the word of truth spoken. But a little twist to it today. We have in our midst truly one of the legends, current legends of religious science. He is on the leading edge of the technology of our movement. Reverend Jim Terrell and his wife Patty are here today. I'm glad you're enjoying a day off at Seaside. But Jim, you want to come up and do our spiritual mind prayer today? You got to keep it short. This guy is just known for these massive healing prayers that transform lives. He's right out of Costa Mesa. And so we would love to have you do a prayer for us. Let's keep it under, 10, 20 minutes. And when you're done, hey, good to see you.
There's a danger here.
Yeah, I know. It's already after 12.
That's right, I know.
But anyway, relax, enjoy. Truly, you're in the gift of a master here.
Thank you, Christian. Spirit knows what it is. It is life, it is love, it is light. It moves as peace through every soul in this room. As we unify with that idea, we are truly launched beyond any problem, beyond any condition, beyond any circumstance, for we have entered into the realm of absolute truth. I speak my word for each of us today, inspired by a great message, by a great leader, by a wonderful community, truly lifted in every way possible. The Spirit continues its journey into the week in each of us. And I know that that journey truly finds for all of us a sense of life we have heretofore not known, but is now revealed. Thank you, God, for all the treasures, for all the gifts, for all the blessings. As I let go this word, the word is in motion as the only thing that truly matters, love. And so it is.
There was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I did not know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, trying to make it through just one more day, you got to let it go, let it all go. And this is what we have to say. Come on! I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. You know there's no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. You know that I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God, and there's no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Now Seaside, y'all take one. And there's no more struggle, no more fight. Then I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only
And our affirmation is, I am worthy of an abundant life. Together, I am worthy of an abundant life. Touch your heart and say that. I am worthy of an abundant life. One more time. I am worthy of an abundant life. And our song of grace.
I'm living in love, I'm living in peace, I'm living my life for what I believe. Through joys and through fears, in this world I walk, God's grace shines on me, and it shines on us all. We are is one family. We honor all truth as together we walk. God's grace moves through me and it moves through us all. We are living in grace. Ooh, we are living in grace. We are living in grace. We are living in grace.
Come on up for prayer. It actually feels good.